There is a little snippet of wisdom floating around on the proverbial high street regarding picking a fight with anyone in the Far East. Don't do it because you never know what they might be capable of. Owing largely to a glut of movies in the 70s and 80s, a lot of folks were falsely led to believe that every man, woman, child and puppy were kung fu experts. Of course, the most famous of all these movie heroes was undoubtedly this skinny, skin-tight yellow grasshopper. Now, he certainly wasn't the tallest or sturdiest built. In fact, on stats alone, you probably bet more money in a fight on your old IKEA wardrobe. But when this mighty chickpea jumps into action, it is truly breathtaking. Bruce Lee's diminutive frame is misleading, for he packs a mighty punch. And we've dug up a few stats on Bruce's Hollywood years, almost 60 years ago.
My last name is Lee, Bruce Lee. The tiger that start like a tiger. It start off all straight at the face, from the waist.
Bruce's punches landed with a force of 400 pounds. Do you know who else has that? Yes, no other than the king himself, Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly, sting like the biggest big head badass that boxing has ever seen. Using his legs, he could put out 1,650 pounds of power and once kicked a 150-pound man over 20 meters into a pool. That's a head start in the swing race. Bruce, in 1 second, could deliver 9 punches and 6 kicks. Sadly, Bruce tragically passed away at the tender age of 32. Who knows what he might have gone on to achieve, both in terms of movies and innovations in martial arts. Rest in peace, Bruce. Of course, martial arts are developed for protection and defense. It's against the code to use them for all-out attack. In Chinese cinema, kung fu masters are usually nobody of note, probably living in the mountains, in a cave or a forest, or sweeping the steps of a monastery, all very incognito and perfect material for headhunting into the video game industry. So next time you see someone sweeping the steps, it might be worth your while to inquire regarding their kung fu level. Now, down the years of Chinese cinema history, there have been many schools of kung fu and even more different styles. Jet Li, for example, was trained from a very young age. His style silky smooth and deft. His first film, Shaolin Si, the Shaolin Monastery, grossed $23 million US. That's 160 million yuan, which takes into account that 1 Mao at the time was worth just 0.014 of a dollar. And of course, let's not forget Mr. Smiles himself, Jackie Chan. Did you know that apart from being a master endorser of commercials, he's also a kung fu master and stuntman extraordinaire, revered by many for his blend of kung fu and comedy? Who would have guessed? Just kidding, Jackie. No, really, I'm just kidding. At 65, he's still putting something new out every year, and for the sake of achieving his vision, he's still risking his own life to do stunts. Not surprisingly, in 2016, he received an Oscar for Lifetime Achievement.
Academy Award. I still can't believe I'm standing here. It's a dream.
Now, whether it's in kung fu epics or martial arts folklore, there is this ideology of the strong help the weak, and don't trouble me, and I won't trouble you. Jet and Jackie both share their lineage and ideology with Bruce. That is to say, tolerating hardships without flinching and pursuing justice. In 2008, Kung Fu was admitted into the Olympics, a surefire sign of its establishment in international culture. Now, that's not to say that Kung Fu doesn't already have a huge amount of practitioners who are readily visible every morning in parks all over the country as they practice the art of self-improvement via this combat exercise. Of course, not everyone in China practices Kung Fu. I know that my landlord doesn't, and the lady downstairs selling fruit doesn't, and I don't. But actually, not only is martial arts something that people never use recklessly, but being out in public in China is physically very safe. There's a lot of benefit in picking up a martial art, and it's not just about being stronger and safer in the body alone. The master of peacekeeping must first master peace in himself. I'm David. You're watching Open China. Don't forget to subscribe to our Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, but no matter what you do, make sure to keep this open. See you next time.